Finally, thanks to this judge, Catherine Kimball-Mazzell, the totally unjustified anti-science federal mask mandate was finally put out of its misery this week. Now, the experts are saying, of course no one should be wearing a cloth mask. Listen to this.
They can also hand out free N95s or K95s and the equivalent masks, because these high-quality masks, if you're going to wear a mask, wear a high-quality mask. People should not be wearing a cloth mask thinking that they're well protected.
Did you hear that? People should not be wearing a cloth mask thinking that they're well protected. Yes, exactly. That's what some of us were saying 2 years ago when experts like that were accusing those who questioned the effectiveness of cloth masks of pushing medical misinformation that was killing people. But even as the political, media and medical establishment lectured the rest of us, their own behaviour showed that they knew they were lying. Remember this grotesque scene from a fundraising lunch hosted by Nancy Antoinette in Napa Valley last summer, where the rich, white, woke Democrat donors lounged around maskless, where the only people of colour the Democrats never stopped going on about were the people serving them their champagne and canapes, all forced to wear masks. So disgusting, so utterly decadent. They knew the cloth masks were a waste of time. That's why they didn't wear them at the hair salon, having dinner at the French Laundry, or about the nightclub when they were feeling the spirit. Masks for the working class, maskless for the ruling class. And then they were literally unmasked as the snooty, despicable elitists they really are. Now, finally, the madness is over thanks to that federal judge in Florida, which reminds us just how important our Constitution really is. Decentralization of power, checks and balances. But of course, the control-crazed technocrats and bureaucrats can't stand it, just as we pry away their pandemic power grabs finger by finger. They desperately try to claw it back. Lunatic, anti-science mania still in progressive cities around the country. The San Diego MTS will still require masks. Same thing in New York, the MTA, taxis. And now, in a laughable attempt to save face, Biden is having his own Justice Department appeal the mask ruling, with the CDC saying the masks are necessary for the public health. Cloth masks, necessary for public health. These people have so discredited themselves over the past 2 years, it is clear that the CDC is not necessary for the public health. The CDC was once known as the world's leading public health agency. What a joke. I'd get better health advice from my chickens. And the public health bureaucrats just can't take the fact that no one trusts them anymore. Here's former CDC Director Tom Frieden whining on NPR.
What we've seen over the past few years is partisanship infecting individual measures like vaccination and masking, and more broadly, public health measures.
Oh, it's partisanship that's destroyed trust in public health bureaucrats, is it? No, Tom Frieden, you've done it all on your own by denying science and relentlessly pushing ineffective, unjustified micromanagement of our lives. Look, if people want to keep wearing their masks, whatever, in America, that is, of course, their right, just as long as they never dare lecture the rest of us ever again about believing the science when it comes to COVID, climate, or anything else. But exactly as it is their right to make their own decisions, it is our right too. That's what the Constitution guarantees. And so it was a fitting end to this week of humiliation for the failed medical establishment when Fauci popped up and pooped off about how terrible it all is that a judge had the temerity to overrule them.
And we are concerned about that, about courts getting involved in things that are unequivocally public health decisions. I mean, this is a CDC issue. It should not have been a court issue.
Oh, we are concerned. Was that the royal we? He literally declared that he thinks he's above the law. It is that kind of arrogance that most likely created the pandemic in the first place. Fauci recklessly commissioning gain-of-function research in Wuhan, breaking Obama and Trump administration rules. When will Fauci and all the other arrogant bureaucrats who've caused so much pain, death and destruction be held accountable? Tell us what you think at Steve Hilton X and at NextRevFNC, and share this message when we post it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.